This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP, Hopewell.
This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent.
And the truth will set you free.
He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
All right, we are here. This is The Bottom Line, a beautiful Monday morning. I am Steve the Truth, alongside the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, that is Mr. Harry Clary. And, of course, Rick Morris is with us tonight in studio. How y'all fellas doing today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, other than getting my butt kicked in my 2 championship games in fantasy football. But other than that, it's been pretty good, Steve.
It is that time of year, fantasy football coming down to an end. Rick, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. My Broncos took a hit last night, but we'll be all right.
That's right, yeah. Taking a look at that, getting you set for tonight's game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts really do need to win this game tonight to stay alive in the playoff picture in the AFC. And they're taking on a San Francisco team who didn't play yesterday, but they made the playoffs yesterday with certain teams losing. And taking a look at a score update here, NCAA football, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Washington State defeats Utah State 34-21. Of course, UVA's taking on American. The tip-off is just about right now, so we'll keep you updated on that over the next 2 hours as well. We'll get you straight on this first hour. Fellas, man, we got Coach Irby of Hopewell High School football in studio in this first hour. And, of course, he's got a couple of athletes with him that are going to play at the next level here for Hopewell High School. And we'll have T. Ron Richardson, Brian Moore, and Luke Kuhns joining us here over the next 40 minutes. So make sure you stay tuned to all of that. But like we always do, we open our show, talk about the weekend. How was your weekend, Harry?
Oh, everything was just great. I'm doing a little remodeling job in my shed, as you know, and it's all going very smoothly.
That's right. Speaking of smoothly, the Bottom Line the Bottom Line Sports Talk radio show has signed a new contract with the powers to be here at WHAP 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. So we will be on for the near future until we don't want to be on every Monday from 6 to 8.
Well, where's that sports bar so we can get really ready for this show?
You're exactly right. It was one at one time. Of course, talking college football, Friday night, Alabama lost to Oklahoma earlier this season. They come back and beat Oklahoma 34-21 in the first round of the playoffs. Then the Miami over Texas A&M. Everybody's talking about should Miami get in over Notre Dame. Miami won 10-3. They move on. And then Ole Miss, of course, played Tulane earlier this season and beat them 45-10. This past weekend, they defeated them 41-10, so ain't much change. And Oregon defeated JMU. Like I said, it was 34-3 at one time at the first half of that game, but they came back and made it look respectable and was winning the second half, should I say. The final score 51-34. I want to give out our shout out to Andy Clark, Legion Jones Insurance. Of course, he's an alma mater of JMU, and he follows them closely as well. And Cal English and Stacy English. Of course, Cal made the trip to Oregon to watch the game and came back, and that's Barry, you stop thinking about it, that's a trip of a lifetime.
Did he drive there or fly there?
He flew.
Oh, well, I bet his arms are tired.
He flew. Yeah, he flew out Friday and came back Sunday. So that's big news. Now let's talk about the news. Of course, the breaking news, Harry, that we've had today, this afternoon. Speaking of Metcalf, the wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's suspended for 2 games for the breaking league policy. League policy is in no time should you go into stands or reach out during game time into a fan, and that's what happened yesterday.
Yeah, he reached out.
Yes, he did.
Had him by the hair.
Too.
Yeah, so he's suspended for 2 games. Of course, he is going to appeal it, but we'll have to wait and see what the league does. And, of course, the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots are in the playoffs. New England with a comeback win last night there in Baltimore. A whole bunch of Hopewellians were made the trip up there to see Travion, and New England did their thing, come back in the second half and won the game 28-24, I believe it was.
Yes, they did. You know, I think DK was just testing his vertical leap, you know, see how high he could jump up and touch.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. And then, of course, on the NFC, Philadelphia, Chicago, Seattle, then the Rams, and San Francisco, as I said in the opening there, made the playoffs, and San Francisco plays the Colts tonight. Now, Philadelphia, Chicago, Seahawks, and the Rams, and San Francisco, I think either one of them teams could represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. I think they've been saying the NFC is stronger this year. Yeah, I think it's kind of shown that the AFC is stronger than the NFC this year.
Yeah, any out of the 7 teams that still have a chance to make the playoffs in the AFC, I think 6 of them has a chance to get to 1 seat somewhere or another. Certain things happen.
The AFC seems pretty strong here at the end of the season,
and that's what they need is to keep going and getting where they need to go. But this time, like we do every Monday night, it is time for...
It's time for On This Date in Sports History with Harry Clary. Brought to you by Car Brothers, the gathering place located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road. Now, here's Harry.
All righty, Car Brothers, the gathering place, best burger in town. Give her a try. On this day in history, December the 22nd is what today is. Back in 1894, this was a couple of years before I was born, the United States Golf Association, the USGA, they were formed in New York City on this day. And in 1962, Vince Lombardi, coach of the Green Bay Packers, was on the cover of Time magazine, which that was back when people used to read magazines, Steve.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to get
Reader's Digest.
You have to get on the cover of Google or something now.
Yeah.
People don't read magazines like they used to, I don't think.
Or newspapers.
No, not newspapers either. Front page now, it's like, did you see Google this morning? 1974, on this day, Phil Esposito with the Boston Bruins. You've heard of him, huh?
Yes,
Rick?
sir. Yes.
And Steve? Okay, he scored his 500th goal as a Bruin in 1974, that's a lot of goals. I've watched a lot of hockey games, and they don't score at all.
Yeah.
Frustrating game. Okay, 1993, the Dallas Mavericks lost 20 consecutive games in a row. I think after about 15, I'd be saying, well, hey, what's going on here? 1996, Karl Malone with the Utah Jazz became the 11th player in NBA history to score 20,000 points and grab 10,000 career rebounds. He was a pretty big, strong man, that Karl Malone was.
The mailman.
Yeah, the mailman.
The guy that performed surgery on Isaiah Thomas's forehead one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when NBA basketball was NBA basketball.
Yes, it was. They were men. Birthdays today. In 1912, Henry Armstrong was born. He was an American boxer. And in 1934, David Pearson, American auto racer. He was Rookie of the Year in 1960, and in NASCAR Cup Series, he won in 66, 68, and 69. In 1944, Steve Carlton was born. He was an American Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher. And in 1948, Steve Garvey, American baseball first baseman with the Dodgers and the Padres. He was born on this day in 1948, and that's all we have here for On This Day in Sports History and Birthdays.
Yeah, brought to you by Car Brothers.
The Gathering Place.
The Gathering Place. You're exactly right. Now, with that, we're going to take our first break of the show. When we get back, Coach Irby will be in studio with us, and a couple of athletes will be with us throughout the next half hour or so. So keep it right here on 1340 AM, 96.9 FM. WHAP, The Point. Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line. That's what I said.
That's right. We are back here with The Bottom Line. I am Steve the Truth. It's about 13 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And just as promised before the break, when we opened the show, I said, yes, Coach Irby of Hopewell High School football is in studio. And, Coach, welcome, man. How's it going?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me here. It's going well.
Man, we appreciate you. Of course, anytime since March, since we got back into radio, when there's a chance to get you on, we got you on, and you came on the phone. Even you was recruiting one game, and you still spent time with us on the radio, and we appreciate you for that. Now, tell us a little bit about the overall season that Hopewell High School football had this past year.
I think we maximized our talent. We had a young group of guys this year, and ended up making it to the second round of the playoffs and lost to Petersburg, which is a tough one. But I think we did well with the group we had, and it was such a young group this year. Not only were they just young age-wise, but even some of our seniors and older guys that we counted on a lot were playing new positions and just doing things that they were having to learn on the fly. And I thought we got better as the season went on. I really do. And, you know, that's a testament to our players and our coaches that do a great job of just teaching these young men the game and help getting them prepared for what they're going to see out there on the field. So I think we maximized our potential this year. I think, you know, we we could have went a little further. Lake Taylor winning the state championship. You kind of watched them against Petersburg. I thought they were right there with Lake Taylor when Petersburg was playing them in the regional finals. And we turned the ball over 4 times against Petersburg, and they didn't turn it over any. So, as a football fan, when you see that turnover margin +4 or -4 in our case, it's going to be tough to win. But still proud of the guys, proud of the effort. Our kids battled. They showed up every day and worked hard, and that's all I can ask for as a coach.
Yeah, and like I said, we followed it all season long right here on the Bottom Line. And, of course, talking about Petersburg, their facilities, what they're doing over there is great. And, they've always been successful somewhat in basketball, but now to see them in football excel like that, that's good competition that we're playing there in the Central District. I say Central District. But
yeah. 100%. I think Coach Mathis is doing a great job over there. And, when you played them this year, you've seen a lot of discipline. You've seen a lot of those guys are well coached over there, and they didn't make a lot of mistakes against us, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, like I said, I think y'all had a very successful year, and like I said, you got a young team coming back, so hey, give them more room to improve. And of course,
we do.
Your quarterback of that football team is sitting right here, Brian Moore. How you doing, young man?
I'm great. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. So your thoughts of quarterback in the football team this past season?
It was definitely a learning process, learning every day, working every day on little things. My coaches, just the encouragement was unbelievable. Like, there was no day where I left practice feeling like I couldn't do it or feeling like I wasn't good enough. They always encouraged me and let me know that I could keep doing it as long as I kept putting my mind to it and working hard. And just, playing the position has made me better. It's pushed me to be a better person, and just understanding, like, the task of leading the team, and just them being able to follow me, that was just a blessing. So
yeah, it's got to be an honor to be the quarterback of the team. Like I said, it's the leader of the squad, and I think you did well. And of course, real quick, I got to ask you this: how is it playing for Coach Moore?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's something that I think we'll cherish forever. He's always pushing me, even at home. But for us to share football together is something that we've bonded over since I was born. So it was great.
Yeah. Now you're taking your talents to the next level. Undecided right now between Shawan and Virginia State.
Yes, sir.
But you're going in baseball, man. When did you realize that you love playing baseball? Of course, you played first base when Harry and I filled in for WHAP that one back in March. And,
yes, sir.
You definitely built for first base.
Thank you. I would say, like, I started playing with Coach Irby's son on his team when I was about 8 years old. My dad brought me over here to play with them. And then as I've grown up, like, that's just how we stayed close. So we always played baseball. And then my dad and Coach Irby started a travel team, and I've played there. And so when I got to high school, my body just kind of started changing. I always thought I was going to be an offensive lineman, but my body just started changing. I started working out more. And then, playing football, it kind of seemed like I moved positions every year. So after that, looking at film and stuff, it was kind of like, I really don't have a lot of film at this certain position or that certain position, combined with the injuries that I had. So me and my family thought it would be best to invest in baseball, since that was something that was always consistent. So that's pretty much how we got to this point now. And I'm blessed with 2 opportunities to play at the next level.
Yeah, you're just joining us right here on the Bottom Line. I am Steve the Truth. I'm here with Coach Irby of Hopewell High School Football and Brian Moore of Hopewell High School Baseball. And now, Coach, were you on the state championship team, the Dixie League team?
The World Series team.
The World Series team.
Yeah. State champion, yes. Yeah. Brian was on that team.
Yeah.
And he was a youngin'. He was a youngin' there. Luke was on that team as well. But Brian was actually playing up.
Okay.
He was playing up with us that year, him and Ethan both, McCumber. And so, and man, it's just awesome sitting here listening to this young man speak. He's so... just a great young man. I mean, what an ambassador we have for not only our athletic program but our entire school. And Brian's awesome.
Yeah, he is doing great. Now tell us a little bit about your experience with the World Series. Of course, everybody here in town was behind y'all 100% as well. And tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yes, sir. That was something that was too cool. Like, for me to be in elementary school, traveling and go play baseball. My whole family came down there with me, and my grandma and stuff. Like, just seeing that, but just seeing how everybody came together over baseball was super cool. And then, like, the guys I played with, I mean, we still keep in touch to this day. Like, anytime they're in town from college, we go play basketball or just go hang out and get something to eat. So it definitely built lifelong relationships.
Yeah, I believe it's a team photo at the community here in Hopewell, isn't it? Over top of the...
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And that's going to be up there forever.
Yes, sir.
So that was a heck of a year. That was 2019.
Oh, yeah.
For me, professionally, that was pretty cool to be a World Series champ and then to win a state championship that year as well was really cool.
That's because you're good at what you do, Coach.
I don't know about that. I've been blessed to have a lot of good people associated with me.
Yes.
Not only as players but coaches and parents and so forth.
Brian, your thoughts on Coach Irby? What's your thoughts?
Man, I've known this guy ever since I was like 4 years old. Seeing how he, leads the team and leads an organization, it's not easy. Whether things go good or bad, it's always on him. But watching just how he handles that, like, knowing him personally, it's pretty cool to watch. He doesn't switch up. You know what I'm saying? He always, kind of keeps his game face on. He always approaches things with the level of intent, whether he's doing something for somebody or his family. And he always holds everyone in high standards, which keeps him in high standards. So I definitely think it's great.
Yeah, I think Coach Irby is the greatest. Like I said, 3-time state championship head coach, and then you got one with the defensive back coach?
2-time head coach, and then I had one as an offensive line coach in 03 under Coach Parker.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Looking for 3-time next year.
Yeah. Now, Brian, these next questions I'm getting ready to ask is just the folks out there to learn a little bit about you.
Yes, sir.
Like, do you prefer pizza or chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
Yeah, hot? Lemon pepper?
I'm more of like a teriyaki type of guy.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a buffalo sauce
yes,
type
sir.
of guy. Now, this is the big question. Tupac or Biggie Smalls? I
Tupac.
know that's a little bit older, but...
Tupac all day.
Yeah. All right, your favorite food, something that your mom makes or something that y'all go out to eat?
I would say chicken. Any type of fried chicken, we and my family bonds over. So, yes, sir.
Chicken is my favorite food as well. Now, last question I got for you. Your favorite teacher, it don't have to be high school. It could be all the way up through school. Who's your favorite teacher?
I would say Miss Davis. We call her Mama D at the high school, but she just builds relationships with everybody, and she's really helped me these past couple months trying to get into school and gaining me so many opportunities for different avenues that I can take my life to. So,
well, is anybody out there that you want to give a shout out to and like I said, thank or just?
I would say first and foremost, I got to thank God for the blessing of this many opportunities I've had and the people I know. Also, I would just like to thank my family for always supporting me and the Hopewell family as well. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's great, man. Thanks so much and good luck. And like I said, no matter which place you pick to go to school at, I'm pretty sure you're going to succeed very well. What do you think, Coach?
100%. Yeah. We can't wait.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have either Luke Kuhns or T-Ron Richardson will be in studio with us with Coach Irby. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we're back here at the studios right here at the Bottom Line with Steve the Truth. We want to thank y'all for joining. It is just about the bottom of the hour of 6:30. And I want to thank our guests earlier, Brian Moore. He was with us. And Coach Irby, you're still with us in studio. And like I said, again, thanks for being here. And the young man we have in studio with us now don't need any introductions. But your thought about T-Ron Richardson?
Just a very unbelievable person, more so than even a football player, and that's saying a lot because he was a heck of a football player if you've ever seen him play and ever come to any of our games. And just a kid with unlimited potential, size, strength, athleticism. One of the things I would tell a lot of the college coaches when they came by in the spring is the kid's 6'4", 300 pounds, or 290, and he runs the 110 hurdles. I mean, how many guys that could do that? Not many. So, and that's what they all say. They come watch him work out. They fall in love with his athleticism. And then when they meet him and you talk to him, I don't think I've ever met a person that didn't like T-Ron. He's so charismatic and he carries himself so well. And, it's easy for college coaches to love that.
Yeah, a gentle giant, per se.
Yeah, no doubt. That switch flips on the field, though, buddy. And that's what that's what you need. I'm telling you. I mean, when he gets on that field, he's a different person. And that's the kind of player you need. Somebody that's a model student, a model player off the field, and then a terror on the field.
Yeah. Well, T-Ron, welcome, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so your thoughts on Coach Irby? He just gave me his thoughts of you. What's your thoughts of Coach Irby?
Really a stand-up guy, through adversity, through tough times, with the passing of my brother Jay. Him, being that person that you can lean on and depend on, especially for the whole team. Just a stand-up guy, role model in all areas, whether that be football or just day-to-day life. Definitely a great guy, somebody you want to be around, high energy, high character. And what he does, just around the community and the school and with football, it speaks a lot about him as a person, So that's the biggest thing, really.
Yeah. Now, when did you realize that you wanted to play football and then continue it to the next level?
I've been playing football for as long as I can remember. I started at 6. My dad played. I tried basketball, but I quit because I couldn't dunk. Then after that, I just stuck with football, and it just became a part of me and a part of my life. And it's opened many doors for me that I never would have thought would be open.
Yeah, and like I said, you're playing extremely well. And like I said, you got noticed. You did at first, I guess, commit to Oklahoma and then decided to stay home and go to Virginia Tech. I know I was messing with Coach Irby earlier. Did he have any decision in that? Meaning he went to Virginia Tech, but of course, no, it's not. But so what's your thoughts about Coach Franklin, the new coach there at Virginia Tech?
Oh, man, great guy. He recruited me at Penn State. Didn't really, things didn't really align there. But him coming to Virginia Tech, getting an opportunity to stay home, put on for my hometown, the city of Hopewell in general, that was a big thing to me. So that's really what led me to my decision. And James Franklin as a person, stand-up guy, humble, respectful, loving, caring, everything. When he recruits you and when he cares about you, he really means it, and it shows. So definitely, that's what I think about him.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech did did the right thing by picking him up when they could, and beat Penn State's loss. But like I said, the one thing about him, he's a big recruiter here in the state of Virginia.
Yeah,
in the 757 and the 804, and then I'm a UVA fan. I mentioned that to you earlier. But we only beat them twice in 20 years in football.
The whole state of Virginia is better when Virginia Tech and UVA are good in football, and it's great to see UVA have that success that they've had this year, and Virginia Tech, bringing in a top notch, one of the best coaches in the country, in my opinion. I think it's not only great for college, for the state of Virginia, but it's great for the high school level of football here in Virginia as well. And hopefully you'll see more guys like T. Ryan decide to stay in state, and I think you will.
Yeah, I think
at either one of them, UVA or Tech.
Yeah. Like I said, we talked about your thoughts with Coach Irby. We were talking about you had 25 tackles for loss just this past season. That's a problem on the field there. They have to set their game plan against you. And one thing that you go into a game and thinking about that, what are you thinking about so far?
I work out so hard. I practice so hard. So when I step on the field, it's almost like a switch. When I line up against somebody across me, it's like I know you didn't put in the work that I put in for this, so I'm not going to let you beat me. And then just the whole week, just preparing in practice, getting valuable reps in, not necessarily 100%, but making sure I get my reads correct, just doing everything that I can in practice to perfect it. So when game time comes, it's easy. But I would say, playing both ways is definitely a task. Definitely, but you prepare for it. Off season, in season, you prepare for it, and that's just what that is.
Yeah. Now, when we were at break, we was talking about you played in the this past weekend, the 804 game.
Yep.
Yeah, big rival rivalry.
Yes, sir.
That's easy for you to say. So how did you like that? Of course, you're playing with some of the best high school players in the state of Virginia.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to be selected in it. Definitely an honor. And just being able to build that camaraderie with the team, especially over a short time period. We only had about a week to do it, so I made a lot of new friends, gained a lot of new bonds. So it was a great experience for me and everybody else. It puts on for the whole 804 as a whole. Maybe for some of the kids that don't have offers, it gives them the chance to showcase what they have and, get their name on the map. And for some of the kids that do, really just represent the 804 and the Virginia area as a whole. So it was a big thing, definitely.
Do you have one player that you played with over the weekend that really impressed you a lot to where you can, you remember that person because, he...
Yeah, I actually have two. Antonio Turner from Manchester. Mm-hmm. We played together in rec, but it was my first time seeing him play since high school. And then from Trinity, Jack Brotherton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, them two. Just seeing them play, make plays, it was big. Definitely gets the whole team going. Usually I'm that guy, but seeing somebody else do it, it turns you up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you them same questions that I asked Brian a little while ago, and that is let the listeners out there know a little bit about you.
Yes,
that
sir.
They may not know. pizza or chicken wings?
Chicken. So much more versatility.
All right. You like chicken wings? You got buffalo, lemon pepper?
Yeah, a lot of versatility. Lemon pepper for me.
Yeah, I like lemon pepper too, and buffalo.
Yes, sir.
Tupac or Biggie Smalls?
I would say Tupac.
Oh, all the young ones are going to.
I would say Tupac.
Yeah, I'm a Biggie Smalls guy.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite food?
When my mom makes it, I liked her baked ziti.
Ooh.
Definitely that, so she makes that whenever it's an event or an occasion going on, so that's a big thing. I like that.
Yeah, and the last question I got for you, your favorite teacher. Like I said, you don't have to be high school, all the way through school, and one of your favorite teachers that you always remember.
I might actually have two. So many, that impacted me along the way. But the first one that comes to mind for me was Miss Crawford back in 3rd grade. She was one of the first teachers I seen that really poured into me and wanted me to do better. Not just as a student, but as a person to make it further in life. And I appreciate that. And then in the high school, I have a couple, man. There's so many. But the first one that comes to mind, when I first got there is Miss Vincent. I was a little bit angry, especially from leaving Prince George, because that's where I started at. Mm-hmm. I started at Prince George, leaving Prince George, going to a new school, not having many friends. I kind of just sat in the corner and did my own thing, but she talked to me, communicated with me. And that was a big thing for me. And then, you can't leave out Coach Irby. You can't.
I did teach him in driver's ed.
Yes, yep.
He taught both my kids how to drive.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, T-Ron, man, we wish you all the best. Anybody out there you want to give a shout out to?
My late father, for one. Definitely can't leave him out. And then one of the most important, God. I was recently baptized, so...
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome,
yep, I was recently baptized, so just giving my life to Christ, and knowing that He died on the sins. He died on the cross for our sins. That was a big thing for me. So definitely Christ, my family, and my late father, and then all the coaches that helped me along the way.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you, man. And Coach, both of these young men, I know got Luke coming up too, but both of these young men are well spoken and just like I said. Virginia Tech and Chowan or Virginia State or wherever Brian may go, they're really getting a quality young men.
As a coach, football wins and losses will come and go. But the type of character that these young men have and the type of people they are, that's what's going to carry them through life. And so if we can play just a small part in that, just helping them along the way with those aspects, the wins will come. And I've always been a big believer in that. Our focus, and I've probably told you this before, we always stress the claw. Character, leadership, accountability, and work ethic. And if we can focus on those 4 things, we're going to win football games because we got great players like T-Ron Richardson, Brian Moore, and Luke Kuhns, and so many more. So just super proud of T-Ron and all that he's accomplished, and can't wait to follow his career on the next steps.
Yeah, like I said, I'm watching just Virginia Tech just because of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, but thanks so much for being on the show, and like I said, we wish you. The bottom line, wish you all the luck in the world.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, with that, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and, of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Himco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Himco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Himco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Himco at 458-8514, open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Himco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP. Hopewell.
Craving a burger, a shake, or something sweet? Come on down to City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. They're serving all your favorites right here in the heart of Hopewell. From classic burgers and fries to their signature crazy shakes, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. City Point Ice Cream and Burgers is located at 236 East Broadway, downtown Hopewell, open Thursday through Monday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. City Point. More than just a burger. That's City Point Ice Cream and Burgers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here. This is Steve the Truth. This is the Bottom Line. Taking a look at our scoreboard right now. Just under a minute to go in the first half. UVA ranked 21st in the new AP poll, 41-22. Over American. We're going to talk about that in the second half hour of the show. The AP basketball poll is coming out with all them ACC teams playing very, very good. And with that, I'm back here with Coach Irby of Hopewell High School football. And, Coach, the young man we got with us today, of course, played football and baseball. Of course, I mentioned it earlier when Brian was here. Harry and I got to call a baseball game back last March, and he's playing second base for Coach Capps. And your thoughts on Luke Kuhns?
Well, I've known Luke for a long time as well, as he was a member of our World Series baseball team when we went to the World Series. I think Luke was probably about 11 at that time, but known his family for a long time. They are just the salt of the earth. They are great people. His mom Jennifer, his dad Joe, and then of course Luke's just like that, just extremely high character, high moral people, and those are the type of people that you want in your program. And so I've been trying to get Luke, me and Coach Parker, for 4 years to play football. And one day we were practicing in the gym. I don't remember if it was storming or if it was too hot outside that we couldn't go out and practice. And we're practicing in the gym after school, and this is early, maybe first week. And I look over, and Luke's long snapping over there. I'm like, okay. And I said, try to talk to him then about, hey, man, why don't you come out and long snap? Because he's really good at it. He was our long snapper. Yeah. And so Luke calls me that night. He's like, Coach, I think I want to play football. And I'm like, okay, do you want to actually play or do you want to be a long snapper? Just kind of do that as a specialty. He's like, no, I want to play. And I was like, okay, you're going to be a linebacker. Yeah. And couldn't be prouder of how he progressed this year. From a first-year player coming in at linebacker, not knowing what a 1-read was, a 4-read, not knowing really much at all. And by the end of the year, he's the guy that's calling the defense and making sure everybody's lined up and understands what we're doing. And I think, hopefully Luke had a great experience playing, but I know we certainly enjoyed him having him on our team. Yeah, of course. I listened to every one of the games on the radio, and your name was called a lot there. Luke, thanks for joining us, my man.
Yes, sir, no problem.
And like I said, your thoughts on Coach Irby?
He's a historic coach at Hopewell. I think he really loves all his players, and he really motivates all of us to, when we don't want to go that extra practice, he really motivates us to go and makes us see the long-term visual. And I think he also helps the players in their own relationships, and I think he's a very good model of like what a God-fearing man would be like. So, yeah, like I said, Coach Irby is Coach Irby. Yes, sir. Like I said, historic or not, but it's Coach Irby. Yeah. Well, when did you realize? Of course, like I said, Coach Irby said you played on the World Series team back when you were 10, 11 years old. When did you really realize that you wanted to play baseball and that was your sport? I would say maybe around 8. I was playing t-ball, and I had my 29-inch bat, my Louisville Slugger, and we were on the 180 field, and I got my first real barrel, and I one-hopped it to the fence, and all I could talk about when I was driving back to the house was how far I hit that ball. So. Yeah, well, one play can get you motivated to. Yes, like I said, I never hit a home run playing baseball. I was, football. I played left in baseball, left out. Yeah, but of course, tell us your experience about the World Series team, like Brian did earlier. Your thoughts on that? I would say, it really brought, because we had all played since a young age. So I would say we never really had like a we were a family, but we never had that close-knit family oriented. But I would say that really brought us together, traveling all together, and we're all in the hotel together, washing clothes, as little as that may seem. Yeah. But I really thought it, and not only the players, I think the parents also created, lifelong relationships as well. Yeah, I followed it from here, of course, all social media, and then, just keeping up with it as best I could, because I know that team was very good, and I know Coach Cap was always, wanted y'all to move up. Your thoughts on Coach Cap, the baseball coach for Hopewell High School? I would say, he loves his players, and no matter what the team he has, he's always going to strive to win as much as he can. And it's cold outside. We're out there practicing. He wants to make everybody better, and I would say he does a great job of that. Yeah. Now, but you have decided to go to Shawan? Yes, sir. Yeah, I think Coach Cap went to Shawan. Yes, sir. So how does it feel following in the coach's footsteps? Feels great. I mean, I got big footsteps to fill. So, he was a great player at Shawan. He played all 4 years. He has one of the highest slugging percentages there. So, I just say he put on a good front for me to go there, so I just got to follow that up. Yeah, Coach Irby, that's one thing that I want to bring up here, because we're getting down toward the end of the interviews, that
back when I played, even back when you played, and just use Jared Brown as an example, the technology we have today, they get seen so much. You're out there so much to where you're really promoting them, trying to get them to the next level, and that means everything to a student.
100%. And I remember when I first took over as head coach, I was burning DVDs and mailing them off to every college football center in the country, and so now it's just one click. Everything's on Huddle and it's online and it's easy to get and it's easier to access. And I think that may have what has hurt the Virginia schools we talked about earlier in recruiting. It's really easy now for an Ohio State to recruit a Travion Henderson, whereas maybe 10 or 15 years ago it would have been a little tougher. Relationships would have been more solid, and those would have been further along with schools that are more geographically located to your high school than they are now. It's pretty easy to recruit nationally. So I think that the definitely the technology has increased. But I'm going to brag about Luke for a minute. I mean, Luke, people don't know this, and very very few people may. He's really close to being the all-time hits leader at Hopewell High School.
Ooh.
So if he has a good season this year, this young man was a first-team all-region kid as a freshman, sophomore, and junior. He's got a chance to be a 4-year first-team all-region performer, and so that's pretty impressive.
Yes, that's great.
And that's one of the reasons I never hounded him too hard about playing football, and it's still in the back of my mind this year, and it's over now, so I can say this. I did not want that kid to get hurt, and he did tweak his back a little bit in the last towards the end of the season. But that would have hurt me a lot had he had some kind of injury which forced him to miss his senior year of baseball. And so I can say that now that the season's over. Of course, when you go out there and you play not to get hurt, that's usually when you get hurt. But that's just me bragging on him a little bit. I call him Edgar Martinez. I think he's a professional hitter. I thought Edgar Martinez, when I played, I might show my age a little bit, but Martinez was a professional hitter. I watched Luke up there. He's so quiet with his hands, and he unleashes on the baseball, and so he's a professional hitter.
I think the game that we did, you had multiple hits in the game. Just short, stocky there, and
quick hands.
And just can hit the ball really, really well. And speaking of that, any day you could see Ryan Day or Nick Saban or this, that, and the other being at Hopewell High School looking at the athletes here, just not football but baseball as well, and that goes to the hard work that you put in as well to promote these athletes.
Well, I appreciate that, and one of the things that I think you try to build relationships. We've been fortunate enough to have so many great football players come through our building and through our program. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of that deserve a lot of credit for that success. But when those guys come in, even go back to a Tobias Taylor, a Darrell Taylor, even before them, a Howard Warren, and then moving along with Ronnie Walker, with Travion Henderson, with, T-Ron Richardson, you kind of meet some of these guys. Sometimes I met for the first time. Like a lot of these guys with T-Ron, they were younger coaches that I hadn't met before, but you build relationships with them, and you're honest with them. And I think that's the key as a coach. And I'm honest with our players. Sometimes it's brutally honest. But, and I got to be honest with the college coaches as well. And that's where they keep coming back. And so, when I send a kid or a Red Murdoch or Mason Cumbie, it's just go on and on about the guys, they know they're getting a high character kid from Hopewell. And that speaks a lot.
Yeah, speaking of Red Murdoch, I think he got the invite to the Senior Bowl.
Oh yeah, he's going to get drafted.
Yeah, I think
he'll be the next one playing. We'll be watching him play on Sundays as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see him playing for the Baltimore Orioles.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be right up the road.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But look, just like you're just joining us here on the Bottom Line, WHAP 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. It is just about 7 minutes toward the hour. Well, I'm here with Coach Irby of Hopewell High School football and Luke Kuhns of Hopewell High School football and baseball, but he's taking his talents to Shawan for baseball, and we wish you luck. But I'm going to ask you them questions so the audience out there gets to learn a little bit about you now. Pizza or chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
Now, how you like them? Buffalo, hot?
Yeah, it's hot as they can get.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nothing
All
wrong.
three said chicken wings.
Yep, they all of them said chicken wings. Tupac or Biggie Smalls?
Gotta go Tupac.
All three of them said Tupac.
All three of them said Tupac.
Yep. Your favorite food that your mom makes or your grandma or somebody makes?
I would have to say my mom's buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff. And your favorite teacher, don't have to be in high school, but anybody that really stood out to you that made a difference?
I have two. I have my elementary school teacher, Miss Bailey at DuPont. She, so I was there. She taught me in second grade, and then in third grade, I went there for about 6 weeks, and then I actually went to West End for maybe a month or two. And at West End, it was nothing like having Miss Bailey back at DuPont. And she always drove me to be a better student overall, and she taught me a lot of life skills. And then I would say my high school teacher, I would have to say, let me see, Coach Caps.
Yeah,
I have to say
there you
because
go.
When I'm done with my work, I go in the gym. I go talk to Irby and Caps.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there, play basketball, and go chill out with them, and it's just always fun talking to them.
Yeah.
Caps,
Well, speaking of the basketball team, I'm gonna bring that up at the beginning of the first hour, their record and stuff. But Luke, man, thanks so much for joining us, man. Anybody out there you want to give a shout out to, a girlfriend or a parents or anything like that?
No girlfriend, but I would have to say God first. He's always going to be there with me. So and then my mom and my dad and my family, they always push me to be a better man. God,
Aunt Kelly.
Man. Yep.
Aunt Kelly.
Aunt Kelly. And I would just say my family, because they're always going to be there with me as well.
Yeah, if y'all get a chance out there, Hopewell High School baseball be starting up, I guess, February.
Yes, sir.
And then y'all be sure to in the spring come out and watch these two young men that are going to already be playing at the next level. Could be playing at the same school.
Yes, sir. Maybe.
Which that'll be great.
Yes, sir.
Now, Coach Irby, thanks again for being here, man. I cannot thank you enough. You're a big fan of the program, and I appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Appreciate you guys having us.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're going to take a break. It is just about the top of the hour. It's 7 o'clock right here on the Bottom Line. We'll be right back with the second hour of the show right here on WHAP, The Point. Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Himco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. It is just at the top of the hour of 7 o'clock. Taking a look at your scoreboard tonight on ESPN and ABC. 8:15 kickoff. San Francisco taking on the Colts. The Colts need to stay alive. They need a win to stay alive in the playoff hunt in the AFC. And San Francisco made the playoffs yesterday with certain teams losing. Of course, as I said earlier, at halftime, the UVA Cavaliers are on top of American 45-25. And that gets you up to date with everything that's happening right now. This is The Bottom Line. I'm Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary and Rick Morris. And fellas, how y'all doing?
Oh, everything's going great, Steve. Like I said, if it wasn't for fantasy football, I'm behind 1 point in the Dirty Dozen League, and Neek has the kicker for San Francisco. He needs 1 point to beat me.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be tough right there. Yeah,
hey, I'm already beat. I'm accepting it.
Yeah, Rick, how you doing today, man? Your Denver Broncos come up a little short this past weekend, and man, what can you say?
It's terrible, but we'll be okay, like I said earlier. But I've been making preparations for Christmas Day. My wife and I are looking forward to Chiefs and Broncos on Christmas Day.
After the way the Chiefs looked like yesterday, back-to-back consecutive weeks losing a quarterback to an ACL. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, he said preparations for Christmas, and sometimes they go with X for Christmas, so you've got preparation X.
Yep. Yep. And like I said, I can't thank Coach Irby and the guys for showing up for our first hour. Man, these young men and how well spoken and how well they appreciate everybody that's helped them out throughout their young career to get to the next level.
Right, and after their athletic career, they might have a job in broadcasting on radio or television.
Yeah, so we want to give a shout-out to T-Ron Richardson, Luke Kuhns, Brian Moore, and, of course, Coach Irby for being here with us for that. Of course, you'll be able to see it next Tuesday from 5 to 6 on Comcast with Channel 3 in the Tri-City area. Check it out. I'm going to give Tommy Wells a shout-out, too. Tomorrow from 5 to 6, you'll be able to see Tony Carr, Tony's Oily Worlds. She joined us recently, and that show will be on tomorrow from 5 to 6. And I want to give Rick Morris a shout-out for putting all that stuff together for us. And like I said, folks, I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you heard it, but I'm going to say it again. We struck a deal with WHAP to where this is our last show for the 2025. But when we come back in January, we'll be got a lot of new things happening over the next couple of months with our show so far as video. And like I said, we're already on Comcast Channel 3 in the Tri-Cities, on WHAP 1340 AM and 96.9 FM on Mondays from 6 to 8, and YouTube on the Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show, WHAP on YouTube anywhere in the world.
Well, it's going to be tough, Steve, because, I've got a face for radio. I'm just not sure if I've got one for the video yet.
You're exactly right. Rick, you and I can agree with Harry on that. Yeah, with that, I want to go over the AP Top 25 in college basketball. As I mentioned, UVA is playing right now. They're up by 20. They're ranked 21st. We moved up a couple spots. They are 10-1. Of course, looking at the top, Arizona now is the number one team in America. In America at 11-0. Michigan is second at 11-0. Iowa State's 12-0, and UConn is 12-1. Purdue rounds out the top 5. Purdue lost a couple weeks ago, and they fell down. Duke, of course, ACC fame. They're ranked number 6. They coming off a loss recently as well this past week. Gonzaga 7th, Houston 8th, Michigan State 9th, and BYU rounds out the top 10. Other AC schools of note, number 12, North Carolina is 11-1, and Louisville 16th at 10-2, and UVA is 21st. And like I said, UVA was picked 5th in the ACC, and that's just about where they're sitting at right now. Of course, don't forget, coming up this Saturday, UVA's taking on Missouri in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. That game is this Saturday, the 27th. And while we got this moment, we would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone out there, because our next show will be January 5th in the new year. But I just wanted to get it out there that, hey, Merry Christmas to everyone, and we hope that you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year, and stay positive and keep moving forward.
That's right. I'm looking forward to the new year, but I don't want to rush it away. I want to enjoy every second of this year, Steve.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now, taking a look at the Hopewell Blue Devils basketball team, as I was going to do earlier, December 11th, they won 74-19 over the team down south. December 12th, Meadowbrook, they won 51-38. They beat Dinwiddie 55-47. And John Marshall came to town in the last Thursday. John Marshall beat them 64-49. And taking a look at Highland Springs High School, that game went on Saturday, and it was heard right here on WHAP. Hopewell come up a little short, 69-49. So that gets you caught up with the Hopewell Blue Devils schedule. They are right now 4-2, and they're moving on to take on. They don't have any other games now until January 6th, but I think they're playing in a holiday tournament as well, and that time has not been decided, or opponent has not been decided yet. But their next in-conference game would be versus Hermitage here at home, January 6th, that Tuesday after we come back. With that, it is just about time for the NHL update. And, Rick, your Denver's teams are doing well.
Yeah, they are. I'm really happy about the way the Colorado teams are doing, and I hope it continues. But this is a rundown of Sunday's scores. We had 9 games, beginning with the Red Wings beating the Capitals 3-2. The Avalanche take care of business against the Wild 5-1. The Bruins take a loss against the Senators 6-2. The Sabres beat the Devils 3-2. The Penguins get a win over the Canadiens 4-3. The Predators beat the Rangers 2-1. The Stars get a win over the Maple Leafs 5-1. The Mammoth beat the Jets 4-3, and finally the Oilers get a win over the Golden Knights 4-3. Tonight's games at 7 o'clock. The Blues take on the Lightning. At 7:30, the Canucks match up against the Flyers, and at 10 o'clock, the Kraken take on the Ducks, and the Blue Jackets take on the Kings. Now, back to Steve the Truth.
All right, yeah, that's your NHL update brought to you by Lees & Jones Insurance. They just recently moved to Prince George, but they're a big sponsor. I talked to Andy Friday. Of course, I called all the sponsors and wished them a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the bottom line. And Andy was getting ready to he said he was sitting at home going to watch the Oregon JMU game with his son, who is a JMU fan as well. But as we mentioned it earlier, they came up a little short against Oregon, but they made the playoffs, and that's what they can build on.
Yep, James Madison was the shortest president we ever had, but he had the most children, so I'm sure he was happy.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah,
I think Phillip Rivers was a fan of his.
Speaking of Phillip Rivers, I was getting ready to bring that up. They are taking San Francisco tonight. Colts are at home. The spread is 4.5. San Francisco's favored, and the over and under is 46.5. And we talked a little bit about it last Monday night on the show about Phillip Rivers. He went from 10 for 12 for 120 yards. They kind of let Jonathan Taylor run the ball. Do you see them progressing a little bit more tonight against a very aggressive San Francisco defense?
Absolutely, because I remember watching Phillip Rivers when he played for, I believe it was NC State.
Yeah.
And he was a man amongst boys. He's one of the strongest quarterbacks. He can hold off some of those big guys with his left arm while he's looking down the field to see who to throw to. He is a veteran. He knows what he's doing. And I've been thoroughly impressed with him. He has played much better than I thought he would.
Yeah, and he's got that man bod going on, too.
Yeah, he does. He's gained about 20 or 30. He kind of looks like me. But I tell you what, after watching the Washington Commanders' third-string quarterback, I'm thinking about driving up there and trying out for the team, Steve.
They ain't got but 2 games left. Yeah, Washington. We're going to talk about the pros here coming up in the next segment of the show. Talk about our top 5 and bottom 5 of the National Football League. But news of the day, of course, the big news right now is the 2-game suspension without pay for Metcalf for the Pittsburgh Steelers after the incident yesterday.
Yeah, the blue hair got him.
Yes, it did. And like I said, the policy in the National Football League is you cannot at any time approach a fan or even try to go, to the stands, and that's why he's fined, because he broke protocol.
You could do it if it wasn't for video cameras and stuff.
Yeah, but he's that's going to hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think, trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to need him. But if they do make the playoffs, he'll be back. I predicted Pittsburgh to win the division, if you will remember. Most people didn't.
Yeah, well, I have to go back and look at that. I got those stats. And, first of the year, because when we come back January 5th, all that will be over with. That I can look at the papers and see exactly how we did so far.
It's hard to predict things before the season starts.
Yeah, but
I can predict them really good after the season's over.
Well, this one game we're going to talk about here in the second half of the show. The Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the Buffalo Bills this week, and that's both Harry and Rick's picks to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this could be a preview of what y'all predict the Super Bowl to be.
Well, actually, it's Philadelphia against Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's the only one on that team. Get you updated. There was a bowl game today, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl on the blue field in Boise, of course, was today, and Washington State improves to 7-6. They defeat Utah State 34-21. With that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more headlines, and we're going to talk the top 5 in the National Football League, the bottom 5 in the National Football League, and then the second half of the show, we're going to play the game Who You Got and do our picks for this week coming up. So keep it right there. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514, open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we're back here at the studios. I am Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary and Rick Morris. And, fellas, yesterday my Miami Dolphins looked like a team that's in the market for a new head coach. We were up 14-10 in the second quarter. Joe Burrows throws a touchdown, go into half 17-14. Feel good about ourselves, come back out. 3 interceptions and 3 Chase Brown touchdowns later in one quarter. He became the first player this season to score 3 touchdowns in one quarter. And before you know it, it was 38-14. Ended up final score, I believe it was 45-21.
Well, you know, Steve, back in the day, 60s and 70s, coach used to have the ability to pull a guy if he was having a horrible day, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, throwing too many interceptions, fumbling, whatever you're doing. Today, they are so reluctant to pull a guy out when he's playing miserably. Or maybe he didn't have anybody else to play. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they got Wilson, but they're trying to see what he's... One of the interceptions really wasn't his fault. It was a deflected pass.
Well, they saw.
Yeah, they did see. And then, of course, next week we play Tampa Bay. And then the finale, we take on New England. And I believe our coach will be one of the ones that will be let go the following Monday. When we come back, I'm predicting this, January 5th, when our next show right here on WHAP, the Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show, the Miami Dolphins would fire their coach that day.
Well, they don't have to worry about finding a picture of him looking sad.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And there's a lot of teams out there that will be looking for head coaches. And with this, it is just about 20 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and it is time to play top 5, bottom 5 of the National Football League. Week 17, of course, I'm going to start off with the bottom 5. And my worst team right now in the National Football League, Harry and Rick, is the Las Vegas Raiders. They're looking really, really tough. Yesterday they gave a fight to Houston Texans, who's probably going to be a playoff team, but they came up a little short, 23-21. I got the Raiders as the worst team. And as Harry said earlier, picked the Giants to be the worst team in the league. They only have 2 wins right now. Raiders and the Giants are 2-12, or should I say 2-15, or whatever it be. 2-13 is what it is. And they are the top 2 worst teams. I got the Cardinals. They had a big win yesterday, but like I said, they're still struggling. I don't like rumors are flying around about Tua turn the ball over. We're going to make a trade and get Kyler Murray, bring him to Miami and send Tua to Arizona. I wouldn't want that neither. Yeah, but the Titans beat the AFC champs from last year, the Kansas City Chiefs, and looked pretty convincing at doing it. And I got the Titans number 4, and I got a tie for number 5. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns in the Jets. That's my bottom 5.
All righty. You know, Steve, I'm thinking, Kansas City could be one of the worst teams in the NFL right now without Patrick Mahomes. They might not win another game.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to give you my bottom 5. We'll start at number 5. I have the Jets. They've been in there all season long for me. They're 3-12. I've got the Browns at number 4. I've got the Cardinals at number 3. I've got the Raiders as the second worst team in the NFL, and I have the Giants as the worst team in the NFL because Jackson Dart's playing bad. He's all they have. That puts them down there with whale stuff.
Yeah. All right, Rick, who you got on your bottom 5?
I'm going to start with number 5, but if I had a 6th place, that would be the Jets. But I got 5, the Cardinals, 4, the Browns, 3, the Titans, 2, the Giants, and 1, the Las Vegas Raiders. They're the worst team ever.
Yeah, and that's coming from true. That. Yep. I got a text from Big Woody. He's got some interesting news right here. I know before we go to the top 5 of the National Football League, the Fighting Irish and Trojans have met almost every year since 1946, with Notre Dame leading 50-37-5. Couldn't agree on games beyond 2025. Talks nearly sealed a 2027 extension, but collapsed when Southern California cited playoff selections risk was late season losses. Notre Dame quickly scheduled a home-and-home with BYU instead. And then Keyshawn Johnson comes in and says, "This is ridiculous. Just say we're scared. We accept that. At least it's the truth." So... Dude,
at least it's you?
Yeah, at least it's me. Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson says USC is scared to play Notre Dame. So should be interesting to see there.
Can't be scared when you're playing sports.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, of course, he agrees with me. Fire the coach in Miami and clean house. And I believe that's exactly what they're probably going to do. And Big Woody, I don't know what DK was thinking about, Metcalf thinking about, but it's going to hurt Pittsburgh over the next 2 weeks. We spoke about that earlier. So, yeah, it's like I said, I hate it for Pittsburgh, but Baltimore, they're going to win by, Pittsburgh's going to win the division by default because Baltimore, Lamar Jackson's out again with a back issue. And, of course, losing last night to New England in the fashion that they did. I think
they still have Hundley?
Yeah, no, I don't think they have Hundley.
They don't have Hundley anymore.
Yeah,
who is the backup?
It might be. I know he came to us there for a while. He might be back at, no, it's Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
From Dallas.
Okay.
I believe that's who the backup quarterback is for that. Now I'm going to keep moving on to the top 5 of Week 17. And the number 1 team in the land, I think, will be Rick's Denver Broncos. I have them number 1. I have the Seahawks coming off a big win over the Rams last Thursday. Number 2, the Patriots. Number 3, they just keep winning no matter what's happening. They don't give up. They play a whole 60 minutes in the game. And, of course, the Los Angeles Rams, I have them number 4. And I got the San Francisco 49ers, who I picked to win the Super Bowl, at number 5. That's my top 5, Harry.
Okay, my top 5. At number 5, I have the Bears. they're playing great. I mean, they didn't play so good yesterday till really the fourth quarter, but boy, did they play great at the end of the game. I've got the Philadelphia Eagles in the number 4 spot. I've got the Buffalo Bills in the number 3 spot. I've got the Denver Broncos in the number 2 spot. And I've got the New England Patriots, number 1 in the land.
Number 1 in the land. They're doing their thing. Rick, who you got? Your top 5 of the National Football League.
All right, I got number 5, the Bills. Number 4, the Rams. Number 3, the Seahawks. Number 2, the Patriots. And number 1, even though we had a little hiccup, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I like Denver's team right now. Of course, they still going to need to score some points there in the playoffs, but if they can make it go through Denver, they will definitely have a chance to get to the AFC Championship game.
And if Franklin had a scored for him, who's on both my fantasy teams, I would have ranked him number 1.
It's all about that fantasy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and like I said, fantasy football is, like I said, it was fun. And, of course, I just need to... Matter of fact, let's give Chuck Chappell a shout-out. I saw him at K&L Barbecue, one of our proud sponsors, the other day. And his son, Jake. And, of course, Jake, I think he was leading this week. And his...
Yeah, I believe he's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Chuck was, of course, he said he thinks this is one of his worst years on playing fantasy football.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Josh and Chuck do a great job running the league. It's they set it up very well. It's everything is fair. I love the Dirty Dozen Fantasy Football League.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, them guys are fun. Of course, Steve Rasnick, if you're listening to us like you say you are, hey, you got the second or third pick because I got the first pick in the draft. With that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play that game that we play every Monday night. It's Who You Got. We're going to get you set for Week 18 in the Week 17, in the National Football League, and break down the San Francisco-Indianapolis game for you tonight. Should be a lot of fun. I'll update the score, too, with the Wahoos when we get back. They are up by 30 with 13. I'll update you now. It's 63-33. It was 70-35 with 10:39 to go in the game. UVA over American. UVA looking to improve to 11-1. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514, open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. It is just about the bottom of the hour, 7:30, right here on WHAP, 1340 AM and 96.9 FM, The Point. This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary and Rick Morris. And like I said, update you, of course, with that UVA game, as I mentioned before. They are comfortably ahead, 77-40, with just about 8 minutes to go in the ball game. So let's go Wahoos, and that's going to be a big win for UVA basketball right there. And of course tonight at 8:15 kickoff, San Francisco taking on the Colts. San Francisco comes in 10-4, and the Colts are 8-6 and have to keep their playoff hopes alive with the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, looking at the NBA, got one game in action right now in the first with 5:02. Charlotte is playing Cleveland. Cleveland's up 24-21. And just about in just a few seconds, the tip-off between Boston and Indiana Pacers will take place. Indiana comes in 6-22, and Boston 17-11. Of course, talking about the Indiana Pacers, they made the finals last year. And then they come out 6-22. That's what injuries will do for you right there in the National Football League. So we want to thank all our sponsors, Tucker's Towing, Hourglass Realty Group. I want to send out a special shout out to Keith Wagner and his mom and his dad. He had surgery this past weekend, and it might have been today. And last I saw, everything went well as possible. I want to give them a shout out. Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, for their support of the Bottom Line. K&L Barbecue, where friends meet to eat. And they are open until Wednesday. No, they open today and tomorrow. Then they close Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then they'll open back up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And then they'll be closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Tony's Oily World, can't forget her. Of course, you can check her out tomorrow between 5 and 6 right here on the Bottom Line on Comcast Channel 3 in the Tri-Cities from 5 to 6. I'm going to give a shout-out to Tommy Wells as well. And then Car Brothers, where? The Gathering Place. And City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. I talked to Ashley Gorkowitz the other day, and they seem real happy with what way everything is going. So that's great. And, of course, Legion Jones Insurance, that's located right there in Prince George, Mr. Andy Clark. So that does it for all our sponsors. And, of course, the good thing about holiday season, Rick and Harry, is football is on all the time.
Yeah, I like that. I like Thursday night, Friday games, Saturday games, Sunday games, Monday games.
Yep, and this is what we got going on for Christmas Day in the National Football League. The Dallas Cowboys travel to the Washington Redskins. The Detroit Lions play Minnesota in the mid-game, and the night game, of course, is Rick's Denver Broncos taking on Kansas City, battle between him and his wife. And that's Thursday. And then Saturday, it's going to be the Texans and Chargers at 4:30, and the Ravens and Packers. And that's a big game for both teams. The Packers are barely hanging on to that last playoff spot. Did y'all watch that Chicago game?
Yeah, I watched a bit of that.
I mean, at the end of it, it was just...
That was amazing.
Yeah, and then Caleb Williams is doing his thing. It's funny how a coach can come in and change the whole dynamics of everything.
Well, Caleb Williams, the whole team just looked off. Probably the first half of the game, and even part of the third quarter, but then all of a sudden it looked like they exchanged uniforms.
And threw that great pass there in the overtime. It's
wow.
Man, that was crazy. But it was fun to watch. On the other side, Baltimore Ravens, they're fighting for their playoff lives. If they lose this, they're eliminated.
I'll tell you what, the Houston Texans, if they ever get an offense, they're going to be a powerhouse. Their defense is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, they're the best defense in the league, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. Now, and then Sunday's games at 1 o'clock, it's Tampa Bay taking on Miami at Miami. I look for Tampa Bay coming off a loss to Carolina, and them tiebreakers in there. That division is not settled yet.
Tampa Bay's had some hard losses here lately. They've lost a couple they really needed to win.
They started 6-2, I believe, and now they're 7-8.
Good thing they're in the division they're in.
Yes, it is, yeah. And then the Patriots, of course, coming off a big win over the Ravens. They taking on the Jets. The Steelers are taking on the Browns. Jacksonville, they look incredible yesterday against Denver.
They really do. They don't look like the same team they started out as.
Yeah, and they're taking on the Colts, and if the Colts can win the game tonight against San Francisco, they'll have a chance to beat the Jaguars to try to possibly get into that spot there. But it's going to be tough with the way Jacksonville's playing right now.
I said that would be a scary game.
Division they're in also.
Yeah.
I said that would be a scary game last night, and it sure was.
And it sure was. Now, speaking of this game Sunday coming up, the Saints and the Titans. Don't look now, but the Saints have won 5 games.
What's Kellen Moore doing? How's he going to get a good quarterback if he keeps doing this?
Yeah, and speaking of that, while all season long we've been talking about Archie Manning possibly going to New Orleans. He's not. He's staying in Texas for one more year and play for the
might as
University of
well.
Texas.
You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, with the heritage that he has, you know, your grandfather was a Hall of he wasn't a Hall of Famer. He was a great quarterback. Mm-hmm. Your uncle and your 2 uncles are great quarterbacks, and it's got to be a lot of pressure. I mean, I can't imagine being in his shoes, and I think he wants to play one more year in college to say, hey, I'm a legit player.
And he's probably getting paid $4 million.
Oh, yeah.
He knew the Raiders were getting the first pick, and he was like, nope.
Yeah. Hey, Manning's done that before.
You don't.
Yeah. Now, the Seahawks taking on the Panthers, that's a big game. Of course, Seattle's already made the playoffs, but the Panthers could win the division if they can beat Seattle. It would be a good playoff test for both of them. And then Cincinnati, no, it's I'd have to look at that and see who they're playing there. The Giants and the Raiders, the top 2 in our bottom 5. I wonder how many people's going to watch that game. And then the game of the week, of course, at 4:25 this Sunday is the Eagles versus the Bills. And your thoughts, Harry, on the Eagles and Bills?
That is going to be a tough game. To me, Philadelphia has the strongest O-line and the strongest defensive line. They win their games at the line of scrimmage. They run the ball down your throat. Hurts throws when he has to, but they are probably the most physical team. Buffalo Bills, Cook is playing really good at running back. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. But the Bills, problem I see with them is they're easy to run on, and sometimes they're easy to pass on. Their defense needs some work.
Yeah. Rick, you picked Philadelphia and Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. Here's a preview of the Super Bowl with this game. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a close matchup, but I do think Josh Allen would be able to take it.
All right. Now, of course, then at 4:25 as well, the Bears take on the 49ers. They're both playoff teams.
God, another tough one.
Yeah, so that's going to be and then Monday Night Football next Monday, it's the Rams versus the Falcons. A very disappointing season for the Atlanta Falcons. All right, we're going to take a quick break. It is just about 20 minutes toward the hour of 8 o'clock. When we come back, we're going to do our picks and play Who You Got right here on The Bottom Line, WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514, open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we're back here at Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM and 96.9 studios. And we want to thank everybody for joining us right here on this afternoon. Don't forget, this is our last show for the year. We'll be back January 5th. And like I said, all an improved show. Of course, I want to thank Coach Irby for being with us earlier with T-Ron Richardson, Luke Kuhns, and Brian Moore, the quarterback of the football team. And Luke and Brian will be playing on Hopewell Blue Devils baseball team with Coach Capps this year. And, of course, Brian's got a choice to pick right now. He's been offered from Chowan and Virginia State to play baseball. Luke has already committed to Chowan, and T-Ron has committed to Virginia Tech to play for the Hokies and Coach Franklin. And it was great to get to know these guys tonight. It's a lot of fun. Of course, I am Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary and Rick Morris. And this time, every Monday, we play.
We have made it to the point of the show when we attempt to see into the future and make our weekly NFL picks. We will tally up our correct picks at the end of the season to determine a champion. Get ready for Who You Got.
And that's right. And right now, Harry is leading the picks with 135. Rick is in close second with 131. And I'm already done with 123 on the season of correct picks. And just a little while ago, we went through the games that are played Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week. So it should be a lot of fun. Now, Harry, we're going to start with you, big guy. We'll start for the first game of on Christmas Day at 1 o'clock. Your Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders.
Oh, wow. I think I'm just going to have to go with Dallas because Mariota, they would have a chance, but whoever that third string guy is, I hope he doesn't play because he could set some records this week.
You can ask any Commander fan out there. They want to lose to get a better draft pick. Rick, who you got, Dallas or Washington?
I'm going to be taking the Cowboys on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys as well. Game number 2 on Christmas Day is Detroit taking on Minnesota. Detroit really needs to win this game. Of course, J.J. McCarthy got hurt yesterday, but the backup come in and done well enough to win the game against the Giants. 16-13, I think the final score was. Harry, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with the Lions. I don't think lightning can strike twice.
Yeah, and let's talk about the end of that game real quick. I was talking today.
Was that a pass interference? Do you think they called a pass interference on
the offense for the blocking play? You know, it's like a pick in basketball, and they called it on there. But I've never seen they scored. Yeah, they called a pick. They scored a touchdown. Then they called the pick, moved them back, and then they threw another flag and moved them back another 10 yards. And then that play, they called it a pass interference pick, and they ended up scoring. That whole thing was like, man, that is crazy.
Well, Vegas just wasn't going to let it happen.
I believe you. Somebody did.
I was going to say the same thing, Harry.
Yeah. Well, Rick, who you got, Minnesota or Detroit?
I'm picking the Lions.
The Lions it is, and I'll take the Lions as well. And I want to give a shout out to our boy Randy. Randy that was here last week. Wilson. He did. He was our guest picker last week. I think he got 8 right as well, and he picked Tennessee to beat Kansas City.
He sure did, and I was laughing, going, boy, he's going to miss that one.
Yeah, but I saw some pictures on social media where him and his son-in-law went to the Washington Redskin game. He said that they were going, and they were at the Philadelphia-Washington game Saturday afternoon.
Wow. Yeah, well, he picked it right, and we didn't.
Yep, and like I said, this is a big game here for the Denver Broncos if they win. But I don't think they can clinch the 1 seed yet, but they might be able to clinch the division. The Broncos can. Rick, who you got, Denver or Kansas City?
I'm going with the Broncos.
Oh, you're going out on a limb, Harry. Who you got?
Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going with Denver as well. But that's why they play the games. You never know. Then Saturday afternoon, the Houston Texans taking on the Chargers. That could be potentially a first-round matchup in the playoffs, I believe. Well, yeah, maybe so if the Chargers win the division. But right now they're trying to make the playoffs. Texas is trying to make the playoffs. I think they're 6-7. Yeah, 6-7 in the seeding right now in the AFC. Houston, Chargers. Who you got here?
I'm going to throw a curveball and say the Houston because I just think they have the kind of team that can beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I think they can. The defense wins championships. Everybody knows that, and Houston's got the best defense in the league. Rick, who you got?
I'm going to have some faith in the Texans' defense and go with the Texans.
Yeah, meaning he's a Denver Bronco fan. He's not picking nobody from the division.
No, that's what he wants to happen now.
Yeah. Now, taking a look at the Ravens versus the Packers. The Packers, they need to keep winning. That half a game that tie might get them in the playoffs. The way it's looking right now. And but the Ravens, they got to play. They said they're hoping Lamar Jackson's going to be ready with the back spasms and back problem that he has. But who you got, Harry? Baltimore or Green Bay?
I'm going with Green Bay. I just don't think it's not Baltimore's year this year from my perspective.
Yeah, I thought it was, but I could be wrong. Rick, who you got?
I got the Packers in this game.
Yeah. Going out on the limb. Of course, first game on Sunday at 1 o'clock is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Miami Dolphins. I told you earlier about my opinion about the Miami Dolphins. They came out, and then, once we got down, you could just see the air go out of everybody in the defense and everyone. One of the touchdowns, Chase Brown was wide open because somebody on the defensive side of the ball didn't know the coverage. And I think that's a sign of a team that's lost respect for the coach per se, and they're just getting a paycheck. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game. Harry, who you got?
Tampa Bay.
It's a sweep.
Yeah, but we're all picking them just same way. And Tampa Bay.
That doesn't happen much.
Yeah, so we got the New England Patriots, after a big win, come back last night against the Baltimore Ravens, taking on the New York Football Jets. Who you got, Harry?
Well, I believe the Jets are going to continue their NFL record that will never be broken.
That's right. That's a little nugget right there. Tell everybody what it is.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Steve, you can tell the listening audience what's going on with the Jets.
Well, the Jets are setting history, of course, with only 2 games left in the season. The New York Jets defense has not intercepted an opponent's pass. And it's never been this far in the season. It's never been done where no team has not had an interception somewhere along the way where the ball bounces their way, but it's not bouncing their way, Harry.
Well, there's a reason for it.
It's because they're the Jets.
You got it.
Yeah, Rick, who you got? The Jets or the Patriots?
The Jets are beating the Patriots, and then they woke up. I'll take the Patriots.
All right, yeah. And, of course, we had Coach Irby talking to him earlier before we came on the show, when he was here in studio, and he said that Travion's doing well after taking him out the game yesterday. That was just a precaution, so he should be ready to go and play for the Patriots this week.
That's right. You have to be careful with these young people, and he did hit his head on the turf, but I'm going to have to go with New England.
New England it is. And, of course, now we're moving on to the Steelers and the Browns. Of course, the Browns seemed to play Buffalo really, really close yesterday, but come up a little short, 23-20, I believe the final score was. Who you got, Browns, Steelers?
Well, I'm going to go with the Steelers, and we also have another little side story going here. Myles Garrett needs 1 sack.
Yep.
I don't count Mike Strahan's
1 sack against Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre laid down for him and said, touch me.
And he's been really, every time he sees Brett Favre, he brings that up to him.
I would too. I mean, the whole world saw that when Gastineau's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched a little 30 for 30 on that. All right, this is a big game of the week, too. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, the Colts play tonight. Kickoff just about 8:15, just about 25 minutes from now. Colts lose this game, they're going to be really hard to make the playoffs if they, because Houston, they're 10-5. Right now, Colts are 8-6. If they lose tonight, they'll be 8-7. It's going to be 2 games to make up with Houston. It's going to be kind of difficult. So who you got? Jacksonville, which looked real good against Denver yesterday, or the Indianapolis Colts?
Jacksonville's hot as a 4-balled tomcat, so I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, they are. Rick, who you got?
I picked the Steelers on the last game.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Jaguars on this one.
You take the Jaguars as well, and you know what? I will too. And that puts everybody picking everything the same way through all these games so far. we're all picking the same.
Doesn't happen much.
No, I'm going to have to switch up just to try to get something right. Now, speaking of switching up, the Saints are 5-10 now, playing very well. I think they're really learning what Coach Moore wants to do, and they're taking on the Tennessee Titans. It's coming off the biggest win of their career, of their season, beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got?
Where are they playing the game, Steve?
At Tennessee.
I'm going to go against the grain and pick Tennessee.
Oh, he's going with the Titans. Rick, who you got?
I'll pick the Saints.
Oh, he's going out on a limb. Pick one. He's trying to get some of them wins. I'm taking the Saints, too. I watched some of the game yesterday. I thought they looked really, really good. All right, the Seahawks and the Panthers. I mentioned earlier that this is a big game for both teams, playing in Carolina. You know, Seattle's already in. Carolina's trying to get in. Carolina's been in the games against the big teams this year. And a surprise team of the year for me, because at the beginning of the season we had them. I think they started 0-2, and now they're playing extremely well at 8-7. And Harry, who you got, Seattle or the Panthers?
Well, Sam Darnold only has to have an average game to win this game against the Panthers. So I'm going to bank that Sam Darnold has an average game and they win.
All right, Rick, who you got?
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. All right, then if y'all can look up real quick who Cincinnati's playing this year for me. But the next game I'm going to is the Giants and the Raiders. Two worst teams in the league. Flip a coin.
Good God. This game could end 0-0 in 2 overtimes and 0-0. Gosh.
Playing in Vegas, so I'm taking the Raiders.
This is the toilet bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take New York.
All right, he's going with New York. Rick, who you got?
I never picked the Raiders.
That's right, you never picked the Raiders. He ain't picked not one team from the AFC West except his team.
Well, he ain't been wrong but twice this year.
That's right. All right, big game of the year. We only got about 3-4 minutes left. Eagles, Bills. Who you got?
Bills.
Bills.
And y'all picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl, too, I believe. And it's playing in Buffalo, so weather could be an issue. I'm taking the Eagles just because I need to pick up. All right, then another late game, Bears, 49ers. 49ers getting ready to play here very shortly on ABC. Who you got? It's in San Francisco.
I'm going with the Bears.
Bears.
Both of y'all going with the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm going with the team I picked to go to the Super Bowl, the 49ers. And the Monday night game, the Rams versus the Falcons. Harry, who you got?
Rams. I think they're going to beat the living daylights out of the Falcons.
Ooh.
Rams.
Taking the Rams.
The other game was Cardinals-Bengals.
Cardinals-Bengals. That's what it is. The Cardinals. All right, yeah, so we're all taking the Rams. Who y'all got? Cardinals, Bengals.
Well,
Bengals.
Yeah, he's picking the Bengals. I don't think the Bengals can beat anybody except for the Cardinals.
And they can beat the Dolphins like they did yesterday. I'm taking the Bengals as well. So that does it for the Who You Got segment of our show, and that does it for our show until the first of the year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And like I said, I cannot thank our sponsors enough and the powers to be here at WHAP for letting us do what we love doing.
Come see Elixir at the Ville in Mechanicsville on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve. Yes, sir. Go out and check him out. Rick the Entertainer. All right, for all my family, and like I said, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. We really thank you and support you. Thank you for your support of The Bottom Line right here on WHAP. YouTube at The Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show -WHAP. And on Channel 3 on your local cable tomorrow from 5 to 6. With that does it. We'll see you next year right here on The Bottom Line.
What was I just listening to? You've been listening to Steve the Truth Nugent with The Bottom Line. Big bottom got me out of my mind. On Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM.